guys, so I'm going to do a really quick grocery shopping video to show you all what I like to typically buy at the store. So there is a few places that I really love shopping from. If you have a Kroger local to you, they have a lot of really great Simple Truth organic products that you can purchase. I like to purchase organic. That's my preference for me and my family because it takes all the guesswork out of it. I know that what's in there is going to be clean and it's going to be actual healthy real food. So that's what we have opted for. Now, this grocery this grocery trip actually went to Whole Foods. So you're going to see a lot of the foods are going to be 365, which is Whole Foods brand, but you can pretty much get any and all of these foods from any grocery store, okay? All right, so I have it all kind of sectioned out in my veggies. So I like to have romaine lettuce on hand, not iceberg lettuce, guys. That's not on your green container list. I like spinach. Green beans. We pretty much buy almost any and everything on the green list we can. Carrots, broccoli, cucumbers, asparagus, zucchini, because I love to make what we call zoodles, which is like zucchini noodles. Brussels sprouts. I've been trying out okra as a new vegetable here lately. Frozen peas, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, onions. And then we actually found these at Whole Foods is butternut squash zigzags, and it's kind of like crinkle fries. So we treat these as fries. We actually dip them in mustard and they're delicious. So if your store has that, that's great. And then cherry tomatoes. So you can see, if you look at the whole entire counter, most of my counter it's all veggies on that portion. So that's the largest part of our grocery haul. And then sweet peppers, another good one too. And we love red onions. Not everybody loves onions, but we do. All right, so we opt, instead of milk, we actually do almond milk. So we always look for unsweetened, okay? Unsweetened almond milk is gonna be in your teaspoon category whenever you're putting that into your shake. So 1 cup of unsweetened almond milk counts as 1 teaspoon, okay? And then we get plain Greek yogurt, okay? So make sure that you are looking for, organic plain Greek yogurt. That's what I like to get. And I will spice it up with either peanut butter or honey or fruit, okay? I have a nice video that goes over how you can make plain Greek yogurt not taste like sour cream. Trust me, it can be done. Then Ezekiel wraps. I prefer this as my wrap. You guys will notice in your yellow category, you can either have corn tortillas or whole grain wraps. We prefer this because if you were to read the ingredients, it's nothing but food on there, okay? Love it. These are my favorite. And I just found at Trader Joe's they actually have a pizza crust in sprouted whole grain. So I thought that was really cool. This I actually didn't buy today because I probably should have because we're almost out. But this is my preference for bread. When you're getting bread, you want to make sure you look for whole grain. So I get the 7 sprouted grains, and it's made from Food for Life. You're gonna find this in your freezer section. Everybody always asks, where does this come from? It's in your freezer section, okay? If you don't get this, make sure that you're getting a whole grain bread. That's what's gonna count as your yellow category, okay? All right, peanut butter is a huge staple in our house. Actually got almond butter today, but typically we always get an organic peanut butter. Why organic? Because organic is going to have typically just peanuts in it. Always read it because some of them do contain added sugars to it or added salts. So what I opt for is just peanuts. I think Kroger's brand actually does have a little sea salt in it, but the sodium in it is still really low. And it's just peanuts. It's not like Jiffy where they have a bunch of other crap in it. And then cottage cheese. It's another thing I like on the red list. So if you guys didn't know, your Greek yogurt and your cottage cheese does fall under your red list category. So if you don't have a preference of eating meat or you want to kind of switch it up, these are great options. I love blue cheese on my salad, so that's going to be under your blue category along with your avocados and your nuts. So we always opt to usually do pecans, so that's going to be your blue container list. So make sure you guys are looking over these containers. And then we like beans here. It's another good yellow. My husband's making a face. I like beans and the kids like beans, so we always keep those on hand. Our meats are typically going to be salmon. Okay, so I love salmon from Whole Foods. It's my favorite. If you guys have a Whole Foods near you, this is the salmon that I typically buy. And then cod is another, and these are like, cod is a very non-fishy fish. And salmon, you have to really kind of watch, because some of them I really struggle with and I feel like they're kind of fishy, but this is one that my husband and I have found to be not to have that super icky fishiness to it, if you don't like that really bold taste. And then ground chicken. Typically I either get ground chicken or ground turkey. And so I got two things of ground chicken because I didn't have ground turkey at the store today. I will get organic ground beef, organic lean ground beef from time to time too, just to kind of mix it up. So those are good options. And then of course, chicken. We always have lots and lots of chicken on hand because we usually prep our chicken on Sunday for our lunch throughout the week. And then of course, we're usually having chicken for dinner at night. Your fruit list. So find your fruits that you like the best. We usually prefer bananas as number one on our house because our kids love bananas. We love them in our shakes. But we also often get apples, and today we kind of mixed it up and got some grapes. So whatever you find that you prefer on the fruit list. I like to buy frozen a lot of times too because frozen doesn't ever go bad, and I feel like you can get more for the price too. So I got some frozen blueberries. I often will get frozen raspberries too. Okay, and frozen's really good in your shakes. Then pasta wise, make sure you're getting whole grain, or if you're like us, we really like to try and get a bean pasta. So this is actually made out of chickpeas. We've gotten pasta made out of lentils and out of black beans before. So this is one that we've preferred just to kind of decrease the amount of gluten that's in our diet. We've kind of switched over to doing a bean type of pasta, okay? And then if you're not gonna make your own marinara, please buy organic, and please check your sugars. This has 3 grams of sugar for half a cup. So I really try to make sure the sugar stays low. The ingredients in it are clean, because again, it's organic. So that's what I opt for. With your spices, okay, just make sure your spices just have spices, okay? So this is something we get from Whole Foods, love it, called Jammin' Salmon. We put it on everything, including chicken. It's not just for salmon. And then everything but the bagel sesame seasoning blend. Ooh, that's a long name for that one. So these are some of our favorites. Dijon mustard. Mustard is a free, so we always have mustard on hand. That's what we're gonna be dipping our butternut squash fries in instead of ketchup. So this is usually what we opt for. We always have something quick on hand too, like can of tuna. And then we eat a lot of eggs here at our house, so we always have eggs. Old-fashioned rolled oats. We often will make our waffles with these. So we have a clean oat waffle recipe that we'll be posting in this group. I also have a recipe. This has already been opened, but this is ground flaxseed, and I often make ground flaxseed pancakes. Are amazing, love them. If you're gonna get a cracker, try to make sure you're getting a multi-grain cracker. Okay, so this is a good choice if you're going to be using crackers for your yellow list. Notice that crackers are at the bottom of the list. So if you guys didn't know this, the foods that are at the top of your container list are the foods that you want to eat the most often. They are the most nourishing, rich foods that you can have, and they're the best foods that you should opt for in this eating plan, okay? Not to say you can't eat from the bottom of the food list, but you don't want to be eating from the bottom of that food list every day and very consistently, okay? And then, yes, you can have popcorn on this eating plan. However, you want to make sure that you're checking the ingredients in your popcorn. I opt for organic, low sodium popcorn. It's just popcorn. I think it's 3.5 cups that you can have for one yellow container. So this is a really nice snack for us. Instead of doing chips, we have popcorn. And sunflower seeds. And then olives is another thing that we like to also have on hand. This is going to be under your orange container. And then, of course, we also make a lot of homemade dressings. That's under our orange container too. So these are the things that we like to have on hand. Hopefully you found this video to be really helpful. Please make sure you check over your container list. You do not have to pick exactly what I picked for my grocery haul. This is what my family and I prefer, but we take the container list and we look at it and we decide, okay, what do we want to get from this list? And that's kind of how we started. At this point, we can pretty much go to the grocery store and it's all right here in our head, or we'll plan what recipes we want to make for the week and what food we want to have on hand. But the number one thing to think about is what you want to have in abundance is veggies. You want to spend your majority of your time on the outside perimeter of your grocery store. It's where your veggies are at, that's where your meat are at, that's where your fresh food's at. So you want to spend a whole lot of time in the middle. If you guys really looked at my grocery haul, you'll see I got very, very little, probably about 15% of my grocery haul, if even, maybe 10, came from the center aisles of my grocery store. Okay, so keep that in mind. All right, y'all, really quick, a few things that I have missed is I wanted to point out we love quinoa around here, love it. Or brown rice is another really great healthy carb option, but oftentimes with quinoa, it takes time to prep it up. So we found from our store, Kroger, they have a Simple Truth organic brand where we can pop it in the microwave and it's done in 4 minutes. Like, it's so quick, it's so easy. So we will often buy these when we're making our quinoa instead of having to go through that full prep time that it takes. Another thing I wanted to share with you all is for beverage options, of course, your water, you can always infuse it with fruits, but if you want something kind of carbonated and something a little bit different from water, LaCroix is always a good choice. LaCroix is actually just natural flavored sparkling water, which is made with essence oil. So it is going to be considered free because it's just carbonated water. That's it, okay? The hygienist in me, though, has to tell you don't want to drink these all the time because carbonation is not the best for your teeth. So I have to throw that in there, sorry. And then, of course, we love having extracts. Extracts are really great for your coffee. I love honey. Honey is going to be in your teaspoon. Your extract is going to be your free, but honey is going to be in your teaspoon category. This is often something that I put onto my into my coffee or into my yogurt or on my flax pancakes or my oat waffles that I make. Also, to just kind of wrap up, a few things that you can have too, depending on what eating plan you're following. Now, if you're following an eating plan that goes with a specific workout program, this may not be included on yours, but if you're following the general eating plan that you can use with any fitness program called Portion Fix, which maybe most of you got that in your challenge packs, then you are allowed to have Fix approved treats, okay? So that includes things like chocolate chips. Chocolate chips can actually count as one of your teaspoons, and it may be something that you can have a couple of those for your 1 teaspoon that day, or it may be something that you're making within a recipe that you found on the Fix It cooking show, somewhere like that. So you are still allowed to have things like that. Please read that it does say in the treat category you're allowed to have a teaspoon of chocolate chips, but you count it as your yellow container. You can only do that 3 times a week. So it is still allowing you to have things like that in moderation. So same thing with alcohol. You're going to also see that with your beer or your cocktail or your wine. Still have those things. Again, this is on the general eating plan. If you're following a specific eating plan that goes with a specific fitness program, it may be a little bit different. They may have you not having any of the treats. But if you're following the general eating plan, like Portion Fix, then you can have those things in moderation. So it's going to tell you again that maybe you can have 1 beer and you count that beer as a yellow container, and you can only have that up to 3 times a week. So keep that in mind. So make sure that you're reading that eating guide from front to back.